All right, what's going on YouTube? I'm PB the Fox with the Ravnica Historical Society, and today is the day Historic Anthology 5 is fully spoiled. We're going to take a peek at this real quick. Super exciting stuff. I've purposely ignored this until the full spoiler was done because I can't stand when people do spoilers one card at a time. That's why I don't subscribe to Spikes on Reddit anymore. But we're going to take a peek because there's some bangers in this. We'll talk about this for a second, so blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. May 27th. That's the big day, right? Which is 10 days away. Boom. Next week on Thursday. It costs 4,000 gems or 25 gold. So that's $25, which I know some people say that's a lot, but bear with me here. I'll explain why it's not. You will be able to craft using wild cards, which has always been the case. And it will be legal in historic formats upon release. In case you wanted to know. Boom. Big ones. Ancient Grudge. And then we also have Ray of Revelation, which... this is just good. It's something that you want in the format because when Storm... Is that a little better? There we go. I like that better. So Ancient Grudge is great in the format because when the Storm decks get bigger or other combo decks or who even knows, just some red-green deck that hates an artifact, like it's just kind of card you want in the format. Atarka's Command, another great card for aggressive decks. A lot of people are saying that this puts red-green over the edge. I don't know, because red-green leans on Collected Company, and this card's not so good with it, but this card is just good. So, I mean, we're happy to see this, and of course, you know what's coming. Court Homunculus, +1/+1 as long as you control another artifact. So that's just a 2/2 beater in the artifact sub-theme with Tempered Steel, which people are excited about. We have Dragonstorm, which is, I think... like, it's probably not going to be anything. I think there's like a 10 or 15% chance that this card does something, but people might sleep on this. Like, Dragonstorm is so far the best Storm card in Historic, except for maybe Mind's Desire, but Dragonstorm actually can end the game in a way that Mind's Desire doesn't, right? Mind's Desire is the best enabler, but it doesn't end the game like getting some dragons does. So that's really cool. Dramoka's Command, the problem with this card is that I don't think the green-white company decks necessarily want this card at all. And there's not like an Abzan deck or a Naya deck that can use it right now. But again, that's just a card that like you want it in the format and you want it in your collection because at some point this card ends up being real good. The Praetors. Elesh Norn. I didn't think they were going to put Elesh Norn in this. When this was the last one, I really thought that Elesh Norn just wasn't going to make the cut because it is an extremely aggravating card to play against. Now, I understand it costs 7 mana, and it's just a 7/7 Vigilance, but having all of your opponent's creatures get -2/-2 is really, really good. If you can wipe like an Elves board and then get this down, or wipe a Goblins board and get this down, they cannot play the game anymore, which is sweet. Sucks for them, but I've always loved this card. The art on Elesh Norn is just gorgeous. All of the background, and she's just so cool. Grand Cinnabite. I've loved this card. I played this card in Reanimator back in like 2010, 2011. And, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Glad to see it. Grizzly Salvage. Reveal a top 5. Put a creature or land into your hand, and the rest go into the graveyard. So, green-black, that gets us one step closer to a dredge deck. We'll see. Kind of the same thing with Ichor Wellspring. This is a cool like utility card that people have really leveraged in other formats like Modern. When it enters or leaves, you draw a card. So 2 mana for 2 cards is a pretty good rate. Plus you have an artifact to play around with. Lots of ways to use that. I don't think right now it's going to do anything, but I'm just happy to see it in this set because we weren't going to get to, what is this, New Phyrexia? I forget which actual set that is, but we're not going to get there in remastered sets for like 5 more years. So it's cool to just see these cards coming in. Same with the Praetors, right? That wasn't going to come in any reasonable amount of time anyway. Intangible Virtue is actually a card I'm super excited for because if you remember that standard deck, this is like, or what was it, Block. This is like the last time Block was even a format, right? And this card ended up getting banned because it's insane. So it's just really cool to see tokens getting some love. This card's absurdly powerful if it's got the right cast to support. So that's really cool. Another card people are super excited about is Into the North because we just have a 2-mana ramp spell. It can get a snow land, not a snow basic. So you can now grab your duels with this thing. They have to be snow duels, which come in tapped, but they were coming in tapped anyway. We'll see. We'll see on Into the North. It's got potential. I don't know if it's format breaking, especially with how absurd Historic is right now in power level, but Into the North is another just like really cool card that I'm happy to see. Jin Gataxius, this guy's absurd. I also used to reanimate this card before the demon, what's it called? Gristlebrand. Before Gristlebrand got printed, this was the one we used for like a couple months. Jin Gataxius is scary. Kolaghan's Command. Kolaghan's Command. YouTube. Kolaghan's Command. It's here. The Black-Red Arcanist deck is firmly tier 1 now. Don't listen to Reddit. Don't listen to anybody who's like, I don't know. It's true, they don't. I'm not saying this is going to break the format, but the Arcanist deck is so solid right now. It's not necessarily like the most explosive, flashiest, most powerful thing you can be doing, but this card firmly cements Arcanist as just one of the best strategies in the format, because what was the one thing Arcanist hard folded to was Cage, and like even the Lantern was pretty obnoxious. If they had like Scrabbling Claws or a Tormod's Crypt, like all of that crap was really hard to play through. You could do it, but that stuff tends to buy your opponent enough time to kill you. Kolaghan's Command really puts the pressure on. You get to kill their thing, get your guy back. You can instant speed, make them discard their top decks later in the game. Kolaghan's Command. It's here. I didn't think this one was coming either. I thought that Elishnorn and Kolaghan's Command were left off, and people were saying, oh, it's going to be in the last spoiler. I didn't think they were going to be. This, yeah, maybe, because it's super expensive. I thought they just weren't going to do this one, though. And actually, real quick, I want to show everybody something here. If we look at Pioneer, and we look at the Rakdos Pyromancer list, look at this. Lurrus, Supplier, Dreadhorde Arcanist, Kroxa, Pyromancer, Thirst, Push, Thoughtseize, Village Rites, one Dreadbore. We don't have that. But we do have, what's Bedevil, which is sort of the same. I mean, it's crappy, but whatever. Kolaghan's Command, Claim to Fame, blah, 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 blah. This is the only other card we don't have, is Urborg. Even the sideboard, I mean, of this specific... Oh, we don't have Collective Brutality, actually. That's another big one that makes this deck a little bit better in Pioneer. I would love to see Collective Brutality just be in... I guess what would it be? Innistrad Remastered or Shadows Remastered? Whatever. Because now, I don't know what they'd call it, right? Kaladesh, Amonkhet. Maybe they'll just call it... what was the first one? It was Battle, right? No. Jeez, I don't know. I wasn't playing Magic when these sets came out, so forgive me. But Collective Brutality is another great card that I'd love to see come into the format to make this deck stronger. But I'm telling you guys, Arcanist is so good right now. Please believe me. We got Merfolk Looter. We'll move on, because I could gush about this all day. Speaking of gush. We got Merfolk Looter. Well, whatever. Cool. Ojutai's Command, because we got the whole thing. I don't think this one's going to do anything, right? There's not a deck right now that wants these modes together at this mana cost that can really do anything with it. Like, you think like, oh, the Spirits deck is good, but they just run Company. That's better than this. Gaining 4, like, countering a creature and getting your creature back is kind of the best mode, or counter and draw a card, or get your guy and draw a card, but I don't see it making big waves in the historic competitive format anyway. Ray Revelation we talked about, kind of the same as Ancient Grudge, just a great card to have around. It's the kind of thing that you just want to be able to put in your sideboard if things go crazy. Whew, another big one, Relic of Progenitus. Premier Graveyard Hate, right? This card has been taken over since Tormod's Crypt, basically. When this card came out, we were all like, well, we'll pay the 1 mana because this is so good. We draw a card. And then you can just eat their graveyard slowly with it. This is the premier graveyard management card, and I'm so happy to see it on Historic, because with with graveyard decks getting good, especially in Grizzly Salvage, like, I don't think Grizzly Salvage is gonna do anything just yet, but something else will be released that makes Grizzly Salvage crazy. Like a prized amalgam deck, a Sultai prized amalgam deck. Really happy to see this card. What was it? Elder Deep Fiend? Like, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how the format shakes out. But having another, like, graveyard safety valve on the power level of Relic, glad to see it. Reverse Engineer is one of the cards that pisses me off. Why wasn't this just in Kaladesh Remastered? Like, there's not even an Improvise theme, right? What are there, 2 cards with Improvise in this? There's one more, right? Oh, no. This doesn't even have Improvise. So it's the only card with improvise in the set, right? Whatever. They can't all be winners, I guess. Shilladred, this card's awesome. I wish that they would make Historic Brawl just a thing, because especially with the Praetors now, like, people want to play these cards. And you can't play these cards in regular Historic, so just let us have Historic Brawl and get rid of Standard Brawl. Please, Wizards. Please, Wizards. Thank you. Really appreciate it. This card's so good. 6/6 Swamp Walk. At the beginning of your upkeep, return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, they sacrifice a creature. So it's just absurd. The art on this card is really cool. The art on all the Praetors is really cool, right? Scroll back up to this. The Praetors. So happy to see these dudes. Silumgar's Command. That's another one like Aujutai's where it's just like, it's expensive and it kind of doesn't do what you want to do at the cost. Like, counter your non-creature and kill your creature. Bounce a permanent. Like, these are good, but not good enough for Historic. What is good enough for Historic is Stifle. I know a lot of people are split on this card. 1 second. I gotta take a drink. So right now, the big idea with Stifle is countering enters the battlefield triggers like Kroxa. I don't know if Grixis Kroxa trying to stifle this is really worth jumping through all those hoops. It kind of goes back to when people would play Stifle Knot and try to, let's just pull that up real quick. Real quick. There we go. Okay. So this goes back to a lot of... So this goes back to the old days when people would try to stifle a Phyrexian Dreadnought trigger so that you get a 2-mana 12/12 Trampler. When it comes into play, sacrifice. This card got errated back and forth where it was a enters the battlefield trigger and then it was a replacement effect of it coming onto the battlefield or entering play. And then it got errated back or changed back or whatever into being a trigger again so that you could stifle it. People are trying to replicate that with Kroxa. Maybe. I'll say maybe. I think we need at least one more really good cheap card a la Dreadnought. It can't be Dreadnought. That's way too good. Although, wouldn't that be funny if Ancient Grudge is just in there as a safety valve? But beyond, like, countering your own stuff, Stifle... Like, people are always looking at cards through the familiar lens that they've already seen them. So they see Stifle and they think, this format doesn't have fetch lands, so why would I play Stifle in my tempo deck? But Stifle is the kind of card where it's just like, pretty good. If you're in a hard control deck, you can just play Disallow, obviously. I don't know exactly where Stifle fits into the format, even if it really does. Kroxa is like the best thing I think right now, which still isn't that good. But this card... It goes along with half of the other cards in the set where I'm just really happy to see it in the format. Really happy to see this card on Arena. Even if it's not broken out of the gate, it's the kind of thing where, like, buy this set. I'm telling everybody right now, buy Historic Anthology 5. It will be the best $25 you spend on Arena, hands down, if you play Historic. If this card isn't even good right now, like, it will be. It's just, someday you'll be happy you have 4 Stifles in your collection that you didn't have to spend wild cards on. And the art's really cool. It's just a cool card. Trash for Treasure used to be rare. It's expensive and it's a sorcery. I think this is like one of the other duds. Very few duds. Not as much of a dud as Reverse Engineer, since it actually can do cool things. It's the kind of card where, again, I want Historic Brawl to be a permanent format, because that's really where this kind of stuff shines, is when people can be creative and just do things that are off the wall. We've got Urabrask, the hidden, which is a really, really good. I think, depending on how your deck is built in Historic Brawl, this might start taking over some of Torbrand's real estate for people who want to play a mono red commander but don't want to necessarily go the burn route. This is just a cool card where you can just haste. Vault Scourge is another great buddy to pair up with our friend Court Homunculus here and Tempered Steel, which is in the format. In fact, Tempered Steel. Artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. It's a double Glorious Anthem for artifacts. This one has lifelink too, which is super relevant in this format. And it costs 1 mana because it's got Phyrexian mana. So now we have a Phyrexian mana symbol. I guess we already did with Tezzeret's Gambit. That's right. So this is the second one. But still. Cool art. That's another card that I'm glad to see on Arena. Vorinclex. Hopefully this card just gets banned in Historic Brawl because it is so frustrating to play against this guy when you can't tap your lands for mana without being sad. And your opponent's doubling up on everything. Vorinclex, so powerful, so stupid. I don't even know. I don't know enough about Emergent Ultimatum decks, but maybe because it's 1 color and it's stupid good. It's not as good as the other one that combos with Planeswalkers, but it's still just maybe. I don't know. And then Whirler Rogue is another card that just, should have been in a different set, but whatever. Just like I said though, you just scroll slowly through this. There's bangers. There are bangers everywhere. Bam, 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 bam. There's so many good cards. Bam, bam, bam. I'm very, very excited for Historic Anthology 5. I will be buying it on the day it comes out. So cool. So much fun. But enough of that. Let's get into a game. You all know what we're doing. I was playing some Jund Sacrifice earlier. But as I said a week ago, we're playing ban this now until it gets banned. We're playing ban this now until it gets banned. So come on, let's jump into a game. Let me know in the comments, what are your favorite cards from Historic Anthology 5? What are you looking forward to? Are you going to be crafting with wild cards, or are you just going to spend the 25 and buy the whole set, like this guy is? I want to know, because I think this is the most hype an Anthology has been ever. That's a good hand. This is a very, very good hand. Oh, our opponent mulled to 6. That's not great for them. Oof, I hate drawing Maze Mind Tome and Search in the same hand, because this one actually gets your cards, but it costs mana. Our opponent's on control, so I think we're going to play double blue. I'm going to get this down so I can actually just get cards into my hand. Ooh, our opponent has Brainstorm. Yes. Oh, they've got cool sleeves. They've got the cool Dimir sleeves. Nice. Can you see me hovering over your... I like it. I don't know if they can see me hovering over their sleeves, but I like your sleeves, Butler one. Very cool. Very, very cool. La da da da. Narset. Sure. I think we're good.
I train every day, meditate, and prepare.
Go blank. Discard 2, then exile my library. Or graveyard. Exile my library. Yeah. What do I want to do here? I want to do nothing, right? I kind of want to do nothing. I want to discard Ritual of Soot and Omen of the Sea. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Inquisition. Shit. Sure. The good news is our opponent's playing a control deck full of discard spells, so this game's going to be hard for them. Ooh, took the Search. Interesting. Okay.
Hone your prowess.
Took my Search. I'd be afraid of... I almost played the search. Maybe we should have played the search and opted. Anger of the Gods. That's not what my opponent wanted. Alright, we're going to get go blanked now. Which it's still Ritual and Omen. Exile my graveyard. Draw my card. Cling to dust. Yikes. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks. But I think we eat the Brainstorm. Thought sees me, huh? Okay. Kind of weird that my opponent didn't take the Oracle when they knew they were going to exile my graveyard. Yeah, I imagine Memory Lapse is the right one to take. Go blank me. Okay. I'll discard this one and this one. And then I'll draw my card. Oh, Tainted Pact would have been so funny right there. Bam! How do you like that? Sure. We'll play that, and we'll say go. I think my opponent was onto something by taking my search, huh? Oh my goodness, it's Nicol Bolas. Celundi Vision, I suppose? I can't draw more than one card a turn, which is a big pain in my ass. Oh, that goes on blue. This comes down. Go. I imagine my opponent has at least one counterspell. Hard to believe they don't. It's a lot of discard. Get rid of that Anger of the Gods, huh? Got a Fabled Passage. I take 4. Opponent's on a single blue. Thought seizes me. Okay. This guy did not want to lose to Tainted Pact. It's kind of why I started playing Sacrifice, because people just hate losing to this deck. Like, what does this deck beat besides Tainted Pact? Nothing. Nothing. We'll keep that one. Go. I am going to die to this Nicol Bolas, though.
There are so many mysteries to uncover. Keep an
Oh,
open
yeah,
mind.
okay. It's like, what does the game want me to do? Sacrifice my passage. Sure. Ink me, baby. Yeah. Okay. Enters tapped, go. Gotta stop drawing lands now. Can you kill my Wishclaw Talisman? That would be really annoying. Yep.
I have just the trick for this.
Is there triple black? There is triple black over there. All right, we can concede to that.
I will spare you.
Well, I guess I could have ripped Tainted Pact or Oracle, but whatever. Let's just move on with our lives. Ritual of Soot, Yaheni's Expertise can go. Fatal Push can go. I don't know about that. What do I want in here? What do I want in here? I want Mystical Dispute. I want Negate. I want Narset's Reversal for sure. Kind of want like Sedgemoor Witch and Rawl and Croxa. and just... I just want big cards that I can slam down. Da, 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 da. I don't want to have to hold a bunch of counter spells in my hand is kind of the thing. That's kind of the thing. That's kind of why I don't really want the negate, but I feel like maybe that we don't need the negate. I think we don't need the negate. And that's probably not good because my graveyard keeps getting exiled. Yeah. Let's see if we can get lucky and just slam a Sedgemoor Witch on 3 and totally screw him up. Like, you know, all those Anger of the Gods just got sideboarded out. Like, this gets ripped away, and then is this hand any good? Not really. Like, that's not very good here. Cling to Dust is cycles. I guess I'll keep it. I don't know. This hand's weak, though. Pretty weak. Alright, let's draw land. Thanks. Thanks. Opponent has Brainstorm. Sure. Can cycle Cling to Dust. Do I get to see the exiled card? Yeah, it's Thoughtseize. Resolves. What do you want? What do you want? Cling to Dust? Don't take my Cling to Dust. I mean, I guess I can just play Prismari Command, right? I'd rather play the Cling to Dust, though. Take Pact of Negation, huh? He's scared of Prismari Command because I could just hit Pact and win the game. This one. Not like that, though. Go ahead. I don't think we're going to win this one because our opponent made us discard like 8 cards last game. Yeah, I don't care about that. People are... I think people bring this in just to hope they hit parts of the combo. Funny to me. Let's cycle this. Maybe we'll get lucky and win the game. All right, let's go to game 3. This card needs to be banned. I'm sorry. I love the deck, but thinking that's a good game. All right, let's go to number 3, huh? I guess I'll just edit this out. Like you can tell, Butler 1 hates losing to this combo. So not only do they have, like, I don't know, 24 cards in their deck to deal with Tainted Pact, but they don't even want to concede to this. They're like, I will wait out the rope on the off chance that something happens. I mean, how funny that I just ripped into it. Oh, that's right. I had a timeout. Da, 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 da. If you play against this deck, don't be this person. Just concede. You're wasting your own time. Like, my time, I don't care about, right? Because I sit here and play this game all day. But this guy, presumably, doesn't have as much time as me to play the game. And even if you do, you could just concede and save your own life here. Because all you're doing is Like, I don't know how this is more satisfying than just moving on to game 3. Maybe he's raging. Maybe he's like, he broke his his keyboard and his mouse and his controller. Good game, bro. Do this here. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Victory! How frustrating. I don't want the duress, I don't think, is the thing. Do I want the thought distortion, though? Instead of this? Kinda. But there's so much... There's so much discard. I definitely don't want the languish, right? I don't want the languish. Maybe Aether Gust. Aether Gust seems okay against this deck. Oh, these cats are battling behind me. Can you see this? You can see it. Nice. Look at these cats battling. That's way more interesting than the game. Fuck him up. Oh, he's gone. He's running away. He's mad. I'm keeping this hand, right? Search for Mountain, turn 1, turn 2, Croxa. Yeah. Even though it's going to get exiled, right? Even though it's going to get exiled. That was awesome. Cat battle. Now he's sneezing out there. He's sneezing in the hallway. Hello. Go ahead. This one doesn't make red. Sure. Take my Croxa. Is my opponent stuck on 1? Probably want the Narset though, right? Yeah. Red. Doink. There we go. And then black. And discard a card, even though you mulliganed. And then by all means, continue to have me discard cards. Just don't... What is the one? I already think go blank, is it? Ugh, don't go blank me. Anything besides that. Grim Tutor, yeah. In that case... we do this. Because what if we find Tainted Pact and then Grim Tutor for Oracle? Yeah, whatever. This guy hates losing the combo. I'm playing 12 discard spells in my deck so that I don't have to lose the combo. And then they just draw it anyway. That's probably what was going on instead of them conceding. Yeah. I'm going to play this now. We need to do something. Sure. Stays. Go. Oh, we've got double. Yeah, we can't. We are live to just win the game again. Like, what is your deck is Grixis discard? What do you do against a deck that resolves a creature? I guess you take out all those discard spells, huh? Just bring in Wraths and Blood Chief's Thirsts. That's a good one. You play that one. One's in your hand. One's on the bottom. Blah, blah, blah. Sure. If Tainted Pact is the second card down, I'm gonna die laughing. Sure. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew Croxa was dead. Cycle. Sure. An opt? I'll opt. Go. I don't want to lose 4 life to draw a card. That's kind of a lot. My opponent can actually just kill me. Thought sees me. Sure. Nice. Resolves. Do this. Scry 2 draw. Doink. I'll discard this one. Okay. Go. I probably should have actually just eliminated it right away, huh? Probably. Yeah, Rawl wasn't going to be any good anyway here. Legion Warboss. Alright, you did bring cards to do something. Yeah, I think we're dead to this one. But not always. Let's just start drawing some cards. I lose life. That's not very good. That's not very good. That is. That one. Go. Sure.
As once, I am one again.
The mountain can go.
You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
I was gonna say, I'm probably not gonna get lucky that many turns in a row.
My intellect is without limit.
Yeah, this is too much. Not good enough. Good game. Watch this. This is how you concede. Well, like we've said in the past, sometimes people just do not want to lose to combo. That's fine. This guy's not going to beat anyone else. But whatever. More importantly, Historic Anthology 5. Go buy it right now. Yeah. Yeah. Look at all that loot, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Let's open a pack. Let's open a pack at the end of the stream. I wish you guys could see my overlay. It kind of sucks that you can't, but 82.4% complete on Strixhaven. Ooh, a Vine Glimmer Snarl, which means this is a Lightning Helix, I hope. Well, I guess I'll take Chaos Warp. I don't think... yeah, first Chaos Warp. 82% complete. 61.9% complete of Mystical Archives, and I just opened a Chaos Warp. Kind of messed up. Yeah. But anyway, as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Seriously, in the comments, let me know what you're hyped about in Historic Anthology 5. I'm super stoked. I'm excited to play some more Arcanist, because Kolaghan's Command is just going to be crazy good. I want to see if Stifle does some things. Just a lot of hype there. As always, I've been PB the Fox with the Ravnica Historical Society. You've all been so awesome, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.